Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Zero from TechDragon.info, and today we're gonna take a look at the T-15, the German Tier 3 light tank. And we're gonna compare it to some of the other Tier 3 light tanks that you can buy in the game. And I didn't choose to put any more in. I mean, we could look at like a BTSV or what else do we have? An LTB, there's multiple tanks, but you cannot buy those in the game. And I really want to compare just the ones that are available right now, not whatever's out there. So, if you're looking for a German light tank, you don't have any choices, really, for premium. So, in that category, it will win. But let's take a look at how it holds up if you just want to get a low-tier light tank. Now, the reason I bought it is it was on 50% sale, and I had gold to spare, so why not? I needed a German crew trainer, and my PZ2D, AFD, is a piece of garbage. So I need something new, something better, and this thing does add up to that. It is better, definitely. Let's actually add that one. The Panzerkampfwagen D. There it is. And let's add that one into the mix. So, armor-wise, not fantastic, not the worst, not the best. And it pretty much goes for all the armor. It's a light tank, what do you expect? It's gonna be garbage. As for the cost, 900 versus 900 versus 850. The T127 is a little bit cheaper, not much, but crew of 4, crew of 3, 4. Well, the crew, you just have to look at what do you have for a crew right now, what do you need. Now, view range 350 is the best by quite a bit out of all of them. Radio, much better than the rest. And HP is also better than the rest as well. As you can see here, 260 versus 210 health. That's quite a bit in comparison. So yeah, that really helps. That really, at this kind of tier, means you can take 1, maybe even 2 shots extra and survive. Not the lowest chance of fire, but yeah. You're not going to be set on fire that often. Forward speed of 60 is pretty good. Only the Locust is faster, but only by 4 kilometers. T127 much slower, and the PZ2D is pretty much almost as fast, but not quite. And you'll see in a second why. Reverse speed 2020, 1520, pretty much the same all around as well. Again, T127 is a lot slower, but you should see the T127 as a light heavy tank. I'll get back to that in a second. Tracked reverse, 46 degrees, 40, 34, 45, so best tracked reverse. And of course the most important one here is the horsepower per ton ratio. What does this mean? How much horsepower does this thing have for every 1 ton of weight? The more you have, the faster it will accelerate. So the faster you will actually get to this top speed. And as you can see here, the PZ2D has a terrible engine compared to, or at least engine, power to weight ratio compared to the T-15. Like, these are leagues apart, massively, and that's where the difference is. This thing is sluggish and slow, so even though the top speed is only 5 kilometers apart, this thing has twice the horsepower per ton ratio. That's pretty big, like really big. So yeah, and when we get to armor, 40 millimeters on this thing, and it's slow pretty well. This tank can actually bounce quite a bit. Again, same tier and lower tier, this thing can bounce quite a bit. Where this thing, don't expect it to ever bounce, really. You can here and there, but yeah, not really. So, gun elevation, 20 degrees, 30 degrees on that one, 25 and 20, so it's pretty average. Gun depression at only 7 is not fantastic. It's not unworkable, 7 is definitely workable, but sometimes you do miss that little bit of extra. Like 10 degrees would have been nicer, but hey, it's a German tank, 7 degrees is pretty good. Turret reverse of 44 is pretty decent. Not the best though, 46 here, but 44 is pretty good. Rate of fire of 25 is pretty much the same except for this one because this thing is an autoloader, so you can't really compare that. But no, we get to that in a second. Dispersion, aka accuracy, even though it's technically inaccuracy, but 0.42, not fantastic, but at this kind of tier, that's what you get. And this one is even way worse. So the PZ2D is starting to look worse and worse, and for good reason. That's why I'm replacing it. So, aim time 1.71 seconds is pretty good, better than the T127. The PC2 here, PC2 is slightly better at 1.4. Once we get to the damage per minute, you can see 1000, 1175, and 1100. 1175, yeah, this thing, it's a good tank. That's why it was in my top 10 of favorite tanks. It's a really good little light tank. So, out of these, if you have to just pick, if you leave the whole crew training part out, and that's the whole reason I got my T-15, but if you leave that out, I would say the T127 is the best pick here. Let's take a quick look at the gun here. Damage 40, 40, 47, 11, but again, autoloader. I haven't put the autoloading stats in here yet. I still have to do that, but and then penetration 42, 56, 51, and 23. So the penetration on this thing is lacking by quite a bit. And 51, it's not super duper fantastic, but definitely not bad. Not as bad as this piece of shit that can't ever pen. And just look at this, 11 damage versus 40. Again, this is an autoloader, so you can't really compare that, but and 42 versus 23. That's pretty major. So yeah, this thing is definitely not the best, but if you're looking for a German crew trainer, you have to pick between the AMD here and the T-15, well, it's easy, T-15 wins. And I've actually been having some good games on this thing, and since it was on sale, I figured it's one of those low-tier tanks that people just pick up if they have some spare cash, and probably wondering, is this thing even worth spending money on? Like, is it fun or is it useful? So that's why I'm making this review, just so you can decide, like, do you want this? Is this something for you? Is it useful? So let's take a look at the tank in game. And here we are in game. As you can see here, the Panzerkopfwagen 2 aus D has only 3 crew members, where the T-15 has 4. And when you get to German light tanks, you have 5. So you're still missing a crew member. It's still not fantastic, but training 4 of your crew members is still better than training 3. Now, this was a gift tank, so you can't really buy this, so the comparison is not fantastic. But if you have this thing and you're looking for a slightly better crew trainer, then this thing is definitely an upgrade. And I just like this thing a lot more. Let's take a quick look at the tank here. It's just a small little thing, and compared to the Aus D here, it's slightly lower profile. Turret is just as high. The engine deck is slightly smaller and slightly lower, but overall it's mostly the same size. So yeah, but that extra view range and that sort of stuff really helps. And signal range on this radio is just fantastic for its tier. This is the best radio you can pretty much get at this tier, so cannot complain about that. It does get normal matchmaking, so you can see tier 5 in this thing. That is something to keep in mind. It's not, premium matchmaking or special matchmaking. So let's take a look at the stats. And here we are. I've only played 11 games in this thing. 55% win rate, 320 experience. For a low tier is not that bad. Doing a lot better than I'm doing on my Locust. Yeah, not sure why. That thing is just me. Anywho, so 59% hit rate, damage ratio of 1.44, not bad. Destruction ratio of 2.4, not bad at all. I do have some armor use efficiency here, so it does bounce from time to time. Damage cost 222 on average for a tier 3 light tank is not that bad at all. Let's sort this by tier real quick. Okay, we'll get back to that in just a moment. Damage received 154, that's slightly less than my HP, so I do survive some of the games. 54% survive rate, that's pretty damn good. Which is exactly the same as my victory, so I think every victory I survived. And then a maximum, yeah, we'll get to that in a second. I spot 3 people on average and destroy 1.09, not bad at all. Sadly you don't get mastery, or no, marks of excellence, there we go, on these low tiers. But we take a look at my, where is it, there, T127. You can see I'm getting a lot more experience per game here. I have a 61, almost 62% win rate, damage ratio of 2.38, destruction ratio of 3.54, armor use of 0.5, which is really good. I pretty much do 50% of my health blocks per game, so yeah, that's really good. Good experience, damage, and how much damage I take. So yeah, Damage cost with your assistance, not a whole lot, but yeah. Spotted 1.5 and 1.86 damage, and maximum experience pretty damn high, and I've killed 11 people with this thing. Yeah, this thing is a beast. So if I have to pick and have to give you the advice between these two, if you're debating which one, T127 wins hands down. But if you're looking for a crew trainer, then this is the thing you should get, because let's take a brief look here before we jump into a game. Good luck finding any other light tanks for the Germans. Premiums, I mean. Yeah, there are none. That's the whole problem. So, yeah, crew trainer, as far as that goes, that one. I'm still trying to get to my RU-252. I really like that thing on test server, so that's my goal here. And I figured, you know, getting a bit better crew for my VK might not be a bad idea. So, let's take a look at some gameplay. And here we are on Prokhorovka, the normal standard version, not the burning version. I'm platooned up with Solmea here, and we're both in T-15s, and we're gonna basically play the role of scouts, and it was a pretty surprising game, and I didn't really think it was gonna be an ace when I was playing it. And also, well, you saw the speed there. I mean, just look at the team behind us. Yeah, their speed compared to this thing. This thing is pretty speedy. So, we're setting up in a bush here, PZ1C, going forward. He hasn't spawned anything yet, so that gives me the room to move up to the next bush, which should give me some more protection from the left. Enemy T-15 spotted. I pull back so the bush in front of me is no longer translucent, and I can actually shoot without being spotted. You can see the gun. It's not fantastic when you're looking at the accuracy, but front of a T127, ooh, bad shot there. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. Put one more in, just for the heck of it. Looking behind me, what we have for fire support. Moving up into this next bush, waiting for my binoculars and camera net to pop up. There we go. Can we spot something? Looking off to my right, and pulling back again, we spotted some people. That's not gonna happen. Oh, side. Yep, that's gonna work. Come on. Ah, shot missed. Come on. Yes. Enemy T-15. Come on. Put another shot in. Come on, come on. Oh, darn it. T-18 side. Ah, come on. Ah, dang it. So, as you can see here, the rate of fire on this thing is pretty good. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. Darn it. Can we quit? Ah. Hoping for a blind kill there. Nope. So we go forward again to try and spot people again. Yep, there's one. Okay, pull back again. And he gets destroyed before he can fire. T127 is still up there. And then I notice, there's some stuff going on the other side. Can we get a show into him? Come on! No, come on! Ah, oh, darn it. Trying to get the kill on that. Ooh, can't realize. Trap. Put a show in. Pull back here. Try to put another one in. Doesn't actually go through. Put another one in. He's firing at somebody else. He gets tracked. Looking at us, we bounce a shot and we finish him off. There you can see that fantastic rate of fire on this thing. Put a shell into that person, and I'm thinking, well, there's two pieces of artillery. They don't have a lot to shoot at, so let's get moving. Seems like a good plan. So we slowly make our way through the bushes here. What I'm thinking right now is that the middle, nobody has been spotted in the middle for like the entire game. So I think it's pretty safe to sit on this side and not get spotted from the middle. Looking at what we have for teammates here. Moving up a little bit. Spot the enemy T-60. Put a shell into his face. Bounce the next one. Dang it, come on. Bounce again. Come on, there we go. Finish him off. Enemy T-15 is still alive. That's a bugger we hit earlier, but couldn't finish off because he pulled back. So, trying to come up behind him here. Ah, he gets finished off before we get there, but yeah, we're cruising around here at a decent speed. There's the artillery. What? Oh, come on. What? Really? You missed the next shot. Missed the next one. Come on. Did that one just bounce off? I'm not entirely sure. It might just have missed. And we got him. There we go. At least we finished him off. Damn artillery. So, I'm going into the dip here to prevent anybody in the back there from shooting me. If there's still people out here. Looking at the LTP. No, it's on the other side. Okay, don't have to worry about him then. Good. So, I'm thinking artillery is going to be right there. Right? Right? Well, their camouflage values can be bullshitty. Not this bullshitty though. No, he's not here. Well, he must be in the corner here then. What? Nothing? Oh crap, he's over there. Really? And waiting for that aim time. But yeah, I don't have a full 100% crew yet, so this thing is only gonna get better. Oh, come on! We're bouncing on the damn artillery. Oh! LTP. Oh, LTP is shooting us. Come on. Put a nice pinning shot into him. Bounce the next one. Seeing artillery. I want to kill artillery. I'm gonna get here with Artie. Put another one in. Going back and forth here. As you can see, this thing can reverse pretty quickly. Ah, we didn't get the kill. Oh, the LTP. We get him. Come on. No, come on. Stay. 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 Dang it. Stop missing. Ah. Did you see that? That was a friggin' critical into his turret ring, I think. I think we jammed his turret there. So, T-15. It's fast. The gun is very rapid firing, which is nice. Penetration is decent. Not fantastic, but decent. You can struggle with heavies, like even at their sides and some of them rears are going to be difficult, so you might want to bring a couple of APCR rounds. This thing does not have that many rounds though. After this game I only had 25 remaining, so you do have room to take some APCR rounds without having to touch them if you have to shoot a lot of AP. So yeah, definitely recommend bringing at least a couple of APCR rounds for those games where you have heavies and stuff that you just can't pen. Other than that, if you get into a tier 5 game, scouting works pretty well. I had a game yesterday where I did 1100 spotting damage and still got 4 or 5 experience or something in a tier 5 game. And I'm not going to show you that because it was boring as hell and all I did was just spotting and like 56 damage, so 2 shots or something. But it just shows you that you can use this thing as a normal scout as well if you just can't pen shit. And that game was like tier 5, pretty much the entire team, and then me. It's like, yeah, I'll just be scout. And this thing has the speed and maneuverability and stealth to do so. And I don't even have camouflage on this thing. And I don't even have 100% crew on this thing. So it's only going to get better. Better rate of fire, better accuracy, better aim time, all that stuff. So yeah, let's take a brief look at the post-game stats here. And here we are, Mastery Badge Ace Tanker. We got a Fire for Effect Fighter and a Bruiser. We got spotting damage on a couple of people, wow. And spotted quite a bit as well. Walked away with close to 700 experience and 623 damage, 4 kills, not too bad. Enemy team had a team killer, oh that's always fantastic. 16 damage, that must have been an accident, but oh well. We almost had him. Damn, critical shot. So, fired 53 rounds, hit 34, pen 17. The gun is not fantastic, but the rate of fire just allows you to just shoot the thing. If you look at the ammo cost, it really doesn't cost jack shit. So, who cares? Just fire away. We took 2 hits to the face, one of them penetrated, one did not. We spotted 5, damaged 8, destroyed 4, 122 spawning damage, 14k, almost 15k profit, and a grand total of 1100 experience. As you can see here, I'm training my crew up a bit, and still, you know, it's not a done crew, it's not a fantastic crew, but they'll get there. And of course you get the nice little bonus experience there. The tier 3 has 60% bonus off the top of my head, so that's pretty damn nice. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.